Tamil Nadu, the cradle of ancient Hindu civilization, is now at a crossroads. What was once a proud land of temples, rituals, and dharmic values is witnessing a silent, dangerous erosion of its spiritual core. Mass religious conversions operating under the radar of political correctness are tearing into the heart of Tamil society. Backed by foreign funds, backed by political alliances, and camouflaged under the guise of secularism, a well-oiled machinery of Christian and Islamic conversion mafias is turning temples into targets, students into pawns, and poor Hindus into victims. From the tragedy of young Lavanya to systematic reservation fraud and covert school conversions, every corner of Tamil Nadu echoes the cries of a culture under siege. This is not just religious manipulation, it's an orchestrated cultural subversion. In the land where Thiruvalluvar composed verses of eternal wisdom and where temples stood as the spiritual backbone of society, a new crisis is emerging: mass religious conversions targeting Tamil Nadu's Hindu population. These are not just isolated events, but part of a coordinated effort backed by foreign money, emboldened by political silence, and driven by organizations with a singular agenda to dismantle dharmic values under the cloak of a social justice and secularism. At the center of this growing menace lies the DMK government, whose open alliances with conversion-friendly outfits like the VCK have only added fuel to the fire. Whether it's Udayanidhi Stalin linking Sanatan Dharma to Dengu or Tirumavalavan glorifying Christianity to Dalits, the signals from the top are clearer. Hindu identity can be insulted and no one will be held accountable. The tragic suicide of a 17-year-old girl Lavanya in 2022 was not just a personal loss. It's a symbolic of the quiet war being waged in missionary-run schools across Tamil Nadu. Lavanya was reportedly forced to convert to Christianity under duress and corporal punishment in a school that did not even have proper licensing. Her voice was silenced, but her death screamed of larger systemic attack on young Hindu minds in educational institutions. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Schools are being turned into conversion factories where poor Hindu families are lured with promises of free education only to be coerced into changing faith as a prerequisite. Wearing kumkum or tilak on the forehead is banned, spiritual practices mocked, and children conditioned to feel ashamed of their own heritage. But the assault does not stop there. Entire villages have reportedly been converted in silence, especially among scheduled caste and scheduled tribe communities. Conversion agents often pose as benefactors, offering jobs, education, and even foreign travel. Once converted, many of these individuals continue to illegally claim caste-based reservation benefits meant exclusively for Hindus. This not only cheats the system, but also robs genuine Hindu SC/ST candidates of their rightful opportunities. It's a twofold injustice: religious exploitation and systemic fraud. Yet the DMK government has done nothing to plug these loopholes. In fact, by silently encouraging their allies who propagate such conversions, they have become facilitators. During former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Jayalalitha's AADMK regime, an anti-conversion law was in place to protect vulnerable communities. But with DMK back in power, that law was dismantled, removing the only legal protection many Dalits had against coercive conversions. Since then, conversions have skyrocketed, often with the help of a well-funded Christian ecosystem that includes schools, hospitals, burial grounds, and social services, all financed partially by taxpayers and foreign NGOs. Christian majority taluks in Kanyakumari and other southern districts have seen a dramatic rise in numbers, as evidenced in census data from 2011, with a projected increase since then. It's not just Christianity that's expanding. Radical Islamic outfits like the banned TFI have also been active in conversion and intimidation. Remember the gruesome murder of PMK leader V. Ramalingam in 2019? He was killed in broad daylight for opposing forced conversions in Tanjavur. The NIA later arrested 18 people linked to the PFI. Their plan? Sever his hands as a warning to others who dared to speak up. This was not a random act of violence. It was ideological terrorism aimed at silencing dissent against conversions. Still, the DMK remains silent. Why? And it's not just poor villagers or outspoken leaders under threat. Temples themselves are being targeted under the DMK regime. Ancient temples are demolished for infrastructure projects or water conservation, while illegal churches built on hills filled with valuable thorium deposits remain untouched. Even fish markets around temple ponds are being cleared not for cleanliness but as a deliberate move to strip temples of their cultural sanctity. Meanwhile, government officials attend church events, celebrate Christmas and Eid, and yet remain consciously silent during Deepavali or Vijayadashami. This selective secularism is nothing but open discrimination against Hindu traditions. The demand for a national anti-conversion law has never been more urgent. The Constitution of India allows freedom of religion, but not freedom to deceive, coerce, or lure under duress. What we need is a robust legal framework that empowers local administration, cracks down on foreign-funded NGOs, and brings reservation fraud to an end. Let those who truly believe convert by free, will not as victims of manipulation or bribes. Tamil Nadu today stands at the dharmic crossroad. This is not just a Hindu issue, it's a national one. If Sanatan values have to be preserved for the next generation, Hindus of Tamil Nadu must act now. Raise your voice, educate your community, demand change. Because Dharma does not need defenders when it's thriving. It needs warriors when it's under attack.